Hello, welcome back to another video. I hope you're all doing okay. You say hello, everybody. Hello. Yeah. Today is a very chill day, just at home. We have absolutely nothing planned, so we're gonna head down into town, get a Thomas the Baker's. Do you want a Thomas's? Probably just get a quiche to share. And then I've got some jelly in the fridge that I'm going to get out and you can do some messy play. Tired. So that's it really, not much else planned. Just got back now. I just got us a quiche to share. I've taken the tomatoes out, you can probably tell. And then just a cheese straw each. Having it in the front room as a bit of a treat. Marley's never had tomatoes before. And this came with tomatoes on the top. So I thought I'd try him with them. He was not keen. Hey, I see you're having a really hard time being in your chair right now. What's happening? Come here. We're gonna have some lunch. You gotta put your tray on. Doggy that you're after, you can have Doggy on here while your dinner cools down. No? Is this what you're after? You can have those things. You just have to ask, darling. This is suddenly becoming a very realistic day in the life with a nearly 1-year-old. You are nearly 1. You're not, you're only 10 months, but we're not rushing it. Mummy, try some and then you try some. I was going to do jelly after we'd finished eating, but he seems to be really tired. You've been having some big feelings, haven't you? So we'll probably do that late this afternoon. I'll try get him down for another nap once we finish lunch. Huh? So we've got the jelly all ready. I've got lots of them, and I've got out Marley's little tough tray, so I'll probably chuck them all in. I need to find some towels to put around the edges because it is sticky stuff. Did you slip? Do you want to help? Oh, it's all in your hair, Miles. As you can see, Marley is enjoying. He's wearing a really dirty old top that's just covered in food, it's stained. So I've emptied most of them out, but I've actually just left a row to see if he'll come and explore that. He is having the best time, as you can see. Marley! I underestimated how sticky jelly was. You're falling! You like the jelly? We're in the wrong place for the lighting. So, this got a lot messier than I expected. I was like, I'll just sit and have a cup of tea and some cake while you get messy, but I don't think I'm going to be able to finish it because he's done and I cannot let him climb anywhere while he's this sticky. Don't get me, monkey! Don't get it on mummy! Outfit change because I got soaked in the shower, even though I wasn't in the shower. As you can see, we are now in the playroom because the front room has been taken over by jelly, and if I take Marley downstairs, he's going to go straight to the jelly, and I'm just wondering, can I clean the jelly up quicker than he can get to the jelly? probably not. I love doing sensory activities and letting him get messy, explore different tastes, textures, get crazy, because I think that's how children should be. They should be messy and dirty and all that good stuff. But jelly took like 5 minutes to make, took like 24 hours to put in the fridge, wait overnight, all that stuff. It took me about 5 minutes to set it up, 5-10 minutes to set it all up. It took him about 3 minutes before he got bored of it. So he had 3 minutes of fun. And then it took me about 10 minutes to shower him, get him changed, get him dressed. And then it's probably going to take me another 10-15 minutes to clean up. That is kind of frustrating, but it's all for a good cause. I think we're just going to chill in here for 5-10 minutes. We haven't been spending much time in the playroom recently. I don't really know why. Look at your wet hair. I'll let him burn off some energy. And I'll pluck up the courage to go sort out the front room. So if any of you watched last week's vlog, you'll remember I was going on about how it was sunny and it felt like it was spring, and we were baking Easter cookies and getting in the spring vibes. Went shopping for some summer clothes. Well, it's now snowing. Like really, really snowing. But we're gonna go and have a bit of a snow day. We're gonna go take Marley out. He's been in, like, when it's been snowing outside, like light feathery snow, but he's never actually been in the snow. So he might love it, he might hate it. We'll find out. What do you think? Do you see the snow falling? You see it? Is it gold? Hello, I'm just quickly jumping on to end this video, a little bit premature. We had so many plans for the weekend. We were gonna go to the zoo. Marley's never been before. We were gonna go feed the ducks and go for a little walk, have ice cream, but it just didn't work out. Marley got really, really poorly. So all day Friday, he was happy as Larry. He was absolutely fine. He'd have never thought anything was wrong with him. And then Friday night, just before we put him to bed, he was feeling really hot. So I took his temperature and it was 39, which he was fine. Like, I was really surprised because he was happy, he was laughing, he was giggling, he was clapping, he was absolutely fine. So I gave him some Calpol, expecting that to bring it straight down, thought maybe it was teething, or I didn't really know. After half an hour, nothing was happening. His temperature was not coming down. It didn't really come down below 38 all night. I'm topping him up with Nurofen and Calpol every 2 to 3 hours, like as often as he was allowed it. He woke up the next morning and he seemed to be okay again. His temperature had come down to like 37.8, I think it was, so still high, but it looked like he was turning a corner. So we thought, strange, but you know, he seems fine, his temperature's coming down, we'll leave it as he is. And then just before his nap time, he took a bit of a turn. He was just really quiet and sleepy and just not himself at all. His temperature had gone up and we were trying to get medicine into him and he was not having it. He was screaming the place down, bless him. But we got it in him eventually and he was just burning hot to the touch. So I stripped me and him off and we did skin to skin to try regulate his temperature while he napped. His temperature was not coming down and we were running out of medicines we could give him. They were only allowed 4 doses in a 24-hour period, and he'd already had 3 doses of Calpol and Nurofen. So he only had like 1 of each left, and it was like 10, 11 o'clock in the morning, something like that. So obviously we started to panic. It did also have a bit of like a purpley, patchy, molten rash. Thank goodness that cleared up within like an hour. I don't really know what that was about. Luckily, nothing serious, which obviously when you see that rash, you immediately panic. But yeah, so he still wasn't himself. He was burning hot and we couldn't get his temperature down. He was running out of medicine. So we phoned 111 and they referred us to our local hospital. So we headed there. They booked us an appointment. So we were hoping, you know, let's rush there, get him seen, and hopefully they'll be able to give us more medicine for him. I'll just help him get his temperature down. We got there, they had no appointment for us, which was really frustrating because then we were like sent to the back of the A&E queue where we waited for just over an hour, which to be fair isn't bad. We were lucky to get seen that quickly. He got seen, obviously they checked his heart rate, his oxygen levels, which we already had been because we have the Owlet Smart Sock, which has just been a lifesaver when he's sick because it's so much reassurance. But yeah, so they checked all his bits and bobs and he seemed okay. Obviously he had a high temperature, heart rate was a bit on the high side, his throat was clear, and then she got to his ears and he has a really, really nasty ear infection, bless him. And I just feel terrible because I have been shoving the thermometer in his ears every half an hour and he must have been like, "Mum, that hurts, please stop doing that." So we've got antibiotics and hopefully he's going to be on the mend in the next few days. But what a nightmare having to give a baby and like 3 doses of antibiotics every day, 4-ish doses of Calpol, 4-ish doses of Nurofen as and when he needs. He hates medicine. It is so hard to get it into him. The only way we're managing is like me holding him, pinning him his arms down, Jordan like holding the phone and the medicine, and me with the dummy. So he'll pour a bit of medicine in, I'll shove the dummy in to get him to suck and swallow so he doesn't just spit it straight back at us. His temperature is coming down a little bit today, thank goodness, but he's actually acting a lot more poorly, which is just horrible to see. I hate seeing him so sick, but fingers crossed he's on the mend. But then I've woke up this morning with a really nasty sore throat, blocked nose, headache, just feeling ugh. And I'm praying he doesn't get this, because this on top of an ear infection, his poor little body. One thing I will say is he's been breastfeeding loads, which is reassuring. He obviously knows what's good for him, getting in all the antibodies he can. And I'm just hoping he gets better. There's nothing worse than seeing your baby sick. But yeah, so this is the end of the video. It was meant to be a bit more going on, but life gets in the way and that's okay. Next video should be, so long as everything carries on well, should be Wednesday, which is going to be a massive baby boy spring summer clothing haul try on, if he allows it. Thank you all for watching. I hope you enjoyed this short little video and we'll see you all in the next one. Bye!